Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really diving into the diamond, unpacking a pretty wild day of Major League Baseball action from July 1st, 2025.
Yeah, it was quite a day.
Our mission, just cut through all the noise, pull out those key narratives, maybe some surprising insights from across the league, basically give you a shortcut to knowing what mattered.
Absolutely. Yesterday's slate, it wasn't just, a collection of box scores.
Yeah.
It was a fascinating mix. We had strategic master classes, some unexpected offensive explosions, and really crucial divisional skirmishes.
Right.
From dominant pitching displays, really challenging the league's best hitters to these nail-biting extra inning affairs. The drama felt, unusually high.
It really did.
And what's truly fascinating, I think, is how some of these games, which seem like standalone results, they're actually hinting at bigger trends shaping the season.
Okay, let's unpack this day of diamonds then. We've got a stack of results, some analysis here, and we're going to try and break down the key takeaways from this compelling slate of MLB marvels. Where do we even begin? What jumped out to you first?
Well, what really caught my eye right away were those emphatic statements from the mound.
Okay.
The Philadelphia Phillies, for instance, they didn't just beat the San Diego Padres 4-0.
Right, the shutout.
Yeah, they completely stifled a Padres lineup that, has been notorious this season for feasting on fastballs.
That's right. A shutout against an offense like that is always impressive.
Exactly. But it wasn't just the 0 runs. Aaron Nola and the Phillies bullpen, they strategically leaned into this high fastball approach, which is kind of a calculated risk against a team that usually crushes that exact pitch.
Well, yeah, bold move.
But they induced an unheard of 15 swing and misses just on the four-seamer alone.
Wow.
15.
Yeah. That's a tactical masterclass, really.
Yeah.
And it showcases how a well-executed game plan can just flip conventional wisdom on its head. Might even give other teams a blueprint for facing San Diego now.
Interesting. And we saw a similar pitching narrative play out with the Pittsburgh Pirates, too, didn't we? Delivering that dominant 7-0 win over the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, shutting out a division rival, that's big.
Always is.
It absolutely is. For Pittsburgh, that win wasn't just like a morale booster. It's a testament to their pitching staff's ability to capitalize on St. Louis's current struggles.
What struggles are those specifically?
Well, the Cardinals, they've been particularly vulnerable lately to breaking balls down and away. And the Pirates exploited that, like ruthlessly, made them look almost passive at the plate.
Right.
So for the Cardinals, it raises a serious question about their consistent run production, especially against pitchers who can really locate those secondary offerings effectively. It just highlights that cyclical nature of baseball. Yesterday, the Pirates starter was hitting every spot, making the Cardinals' usually aggressive lineup look, passive today. That same lineup could face a different pitcher and suddenly start teeing off again. You never know.
So true. Okay, so from dominant pitching, let's shift gears to where the bats really came alive.
Okay.
And nowhere was that more evident than in that wild New York Yankees and Toronto Blue Jays doubleheader.
Oh, yeah.
The first game was a nail-biter, Blue Jays just edging the Yankees 5-4. What was the critical difference there?
That first game, it was a classic AL East chess match.
Yeah.
Right down to the wire. Every pitch, every single at-bat felt magnified.
Definitely felt that way.
And Toronto's bullpen, which, has quietly been one of the most effective in high-leverage situations this season, they just locked it down, allowed only one hit after the fifth inning.
Yeah.
So for them, securing that narrow victory against the AL East leaders, it isn't just a confidence builder.
Yeah.
It proves they can execute under extreme pressure, especially when the Yankees were trying to chip away late in the game.
But then the narrative just took such a dramatic turn in the second game.
Oh boy, did it.
The Blue Jays absolutely exploded for a 12-5 victory over the Yankees, a complete reversal. What happened to New York's pitching in Game 2?
Well, what's truly fascinating there is how Toronto's offense, after being held, mostly in check for Game 1, just found another gear entirely. This wasn't just a win. It felt like a resounding declaration that the AL East race is far from over.
Right.
And it really exposed a critical fault line, I think, in the Yankees' bullpen, beyond their top two guys.
The depth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With Nestor Cortez struggling early, manager Aaron Boone was forced to burn through his mid-leverage guys.
Not ideal.
Not at all. And that group has quietly posted the highest ERA in the league over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So allowing 12 runs, that's definitely going to be a topic of discussion in their clubhouse. It's a depth issue that'll have implications, especially with that grueling road trip coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. And the psychological impact for the Blue Jays winning like that after a close one?
Oh, it cannot be overstated. Huge momentum swing.
Definitely. Okay, from one offensive explosion to another, the Boston Red Sox. They put on an offensive clinic, defeating the Cincinnati Reds 13-6.
Yeah, Fenway Park living up to its reputation there.
For sure.
Racking up 13 runs, I mean, that's an excellent sign that Boston's lineup is clicking. They're capitalizing on every opportunity.
Seems like it.
However, what's interesting if you look deeper is that their team, Baby that's batting average on balls in play for the night, was an unsustainable .450.
.450. Wow.
Yeah, so that's just, a lot of soft contact found holes. While it's a fantastic win,
Right.
it does raise questions about how replicable that offensive clinic truly is going forward.
Good point.
And for Cincinnati, well, giving up 13 runs suggests their pitching staff is struggling, not just with command maybe, but also with defensive execution behind them, something they'll need to tighten up immediately.
Yeah, can't be giving up crooked numbers like that consistently. Okay, but it wasn't all big scores, was it?
No, not at all.
Some of the most compelling stories came from those gritty, nail-biting finishes. Case in point. The Oakland Athletics secured a hard-fought 6-4 victory over the Tampa Bay Rays. Not flashy, but it speaks volumes, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
This demonstrates Oakland's remarkable ability to just grind out wins against a perennial contender like Tampa Bay, especially given their underdog status.
Yeah, exactly.
They capitalized on every little mistake.
Yeah.
A key stolen base here.
Yeah.
A perfectly executed hit and run there, and their bullpen, which has actually been quiet strength,
It has, yeah.
held firm in those crucial moments. These are the types of wins that build character, prove a team can perform under pressure. For Tampa Bay, though, it's a frustrating loss. They're usually known for winning these close, strategic games. They'll need to make sure these don't slip away too often if they want to maintain their competitive edge.
True. And talk about drama. That extra inning affair. Baltimore Orioles outlasting the Texas Rangers 10-6.
Wow, yeah.
4 runs in extras. What was the turning point for the O's there?
Well, going into extra frames, every pitch, every single at-bat just becomes magnified, right?
Absolutely.
And the Orioles showed incredible resolve. The turning point, I think, really came in the top of the 10th. This was after the Rangers had stranded a runner at third in the bottom of the 9th.
Ooh, missed opportunity.
Huge missed opportunity. Then Baltimore's leadoff hitter managed to just poke a single through the shift.
Finds hole.
Finds a hole. Then a sac bunt and a timely double down the line just opened the floodgates. They displayed genuine clutch hitting, that unwavering focus that often defines playoff caliber teams.
That's impressive resilience.
It really is. For the Rangers, though, just a heartbreaking loss, a testament to how quickly a hard-fought game can slip away when you can't close out those critical moments.
Yeah, tough one to swallow. Okay, finally, we saw a couple of teams just continue to build quietly, but, consistently.
Right.
The Seattle Mariners with a solid 6-2 win over the Kansas City Royals, and the Arizona Diamondbacks defeated the San Francisco Giants 4-2. What do these wins mean for their respective campaigns?
Well, these wins, they really just reinforce the narratives unfolding in their divisions. The Mariners, they're quietly building a strong campaign, not with flashy power,
No.
but through exceptionally well-rounded play, particularly their pitching and fundamental defense.
Yeah.
That kind of consistent fundamental play is absolutely crucial for their divisional aspirations in a really competitive AL West.
Makes sense.
And the Diamondbacks, battling it out in that ultra-competitive NL West, they picked up a crucial divisional win against the Giants.
Always big.
Every single one of those head-to-head victories is like gold, a precious commodity in that division. Keeps them right in the hunt.
So, okay, let's wrap this up. What does this all mean for you, the avid follower of the season? As the dust settles on July 1st, 2025, it feels like we saw a microcosm of the entire MLB season, really.
I think that's a great way to put it.
A blend of anticipated outcomes and surprising upsets, individual brilliance, and collective team efforts.
Absolutely. And the reverberations of these games, they'll be felt,
Yeah.
in the standings for sure, but also in locker rooms and the confidence of the players. The storylines have deepened, the rivalries have intensified, and the path to the postseason. It remains as unpredictable and thrilling as ever.
Ultimately, what yesterday's action really shows us is that the strategic impact of just a single game can ripple outwards. It shakes perceptions, fuels future battles on the diamond.
That's baseball.
Exactly. So, for you, the listener, this snapshot reminds us that in baseball, it's not just about the final score. It's about the tactical decisions, those surprising stats that pop up, and those critical moments that really define a team's character. What new twists and turns might today's games bring that will, truly reshape our understanding of the season?